Hello everyone. In today's lesson, let us look at polynomials. But before we start off with polynomials, let us understand a few terms and then reach here and then go more into it. So, the first term is algebraic expression. So, what is an algebraic expression? An expression it looks something like this. Suppose you have 2x squared plus 3x plus 4. Okay, so this is it. What are the variables in this? The variables are x. This is a variable. Now the question you may ask is, what is a variable? You might have seen formulas like the circumference of a circle is equal to 2 pi r. In this, you see that 2 is a constant, pi is a constant, and r, the radius, is something that changes. We can give a value to it and it will change, and depending on that you get a different circumference. So the variable is r and the 2 pi is the constant. So going by the same logic over here in this particular expression, what is the constant? The constant is 4. The variable here is x, and then the 2 here, this is referred to as the coefficient of x squared. So the coefficient of x squared is 2. And what is the coefficient of x? It is 3. Suppose there is this minus sign over here. The coefficient of x would be minus 3. So now we have seen what is a variable, something whose value can change. We don't know, we are not fixed the value. Depending on whatever value we put for x, this whole expression's value can change. So we have seen what the variable is, what the coefficient is, and what the constant is. This is a constant. The 4 is the constant in this particular one, because there is no change going to be there for it. 4 is going to remain as 4 in this case. So now let us look at another algebraic expression. Suppose 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. In this variable, this is the variables that are there is x, the coefficient of x squared is 3, the coefficient of x is 2, and the constant is 1. Suppose I have an expression like this, 3xy plus 2x plus 3y plus 2. Now, this is an expression and there are two variables in it, x and y. There are two different variables. And the coefficient of xy is 3, the coefficient of x is 2, the coefficient of y is 3, and the constant is 2. So now, the next thing that comes to mind is, now we are going to talk about polynomials, we said. So if you are going to talk about polynomials, then what is the difference between the polynomials and an algebraic expression? So let's look at that. So when does the expression become a polynomial, and what is specific that we need to look for in the polynomial? Suppose I have an expression 2x squared plus 3 root x plus 2. In this, what is the degree of this? Can you say what is, before we go on to degree, what is root x? I can write it as x to the power half. So I can write this as 2x squared plus 3x to the power half plus 2. So now if you see the powers of x, you see a 2, you see a half. The important thing to remember is that when you are looking for polynomials, the polynomials will have only a non-negative power. That means non-negative integral value or non-negative, it will be integer 0, 1, 2, 3 can be there, but it cannot be 1 by 2 or any such fraction. So now because this is 1 by 2, this particular term, this is not a polynomial. This is an algebraic expression, but it is not a polynomial. So let us look at a few questions and see if we can find out whether they are polynomials or not. So before we even start, there is one more point that I would like you to know. So what is the degree of a polynomial? The degree of a polynomial. The degree of the polynomial is nothing but, suppose I have 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus 4x minus 3. In this polynomial, we see there are all the powers are 3, 2, 1. So no problem about the powers. There are no negative values or fractions over here. And what is the highest power? 3. So the highest power is called the degree of the polynomial. So in this case we have a 3, and so 3 is the degree of this polynomial. Suppose I have 3x to the power 16 minus 4x plus 2. So what would be the degree of this? The maximum power of this, the x value, the variable here is 16. So the degree of this polynomial would be 16. Okay, so based on the degree of the polynomials are of different types. The first one is linear. When is it linear? When the power, the maximum power is 1, then it is a linear polynomial. Then second, quadratic. When is it quadratic? When the maximum power is 2, then it is quadratic. Then third, cubic. When the maximum power is 3, that would be cubic. So this one, this particular example, this is a cubic polynomial. In a quadratic, let's take an example, x squared minus 2x plus 3. This, you see the maximum power is 2. So it is a quadratic. And the cubic is 3. And when the maximum power is 4, we will call it biquadratic. Biquadratic.